and I just want to see what they can do. But we have gone live, I believe. They actually decided to go with Scout for Flippy. I guess maybe it's just due to the long rollout. The sniper would probably take quite a hefty amount of time to actually turn up to mid. So maybe if it's for the best, that he rolls out as a Scout just for this mid.
Yeah, I want us to be watching AMS because he's been a key factor on day one for them, and he didn't perform yet last map. So I want to see if he's able to pick himself back up and do some damage to nerdRage. But with two players instantly going down to a nice little play by Tech, it doesn't look like nerdRage are going to be back there. Are just fighting everyone. Herpy and War, the only ones left alive. Herpy got himself 20 HP. He's not going to be able to finish everyone off. Zebasai gunning him down. Actually, we have Stark picking up the roaming soldier role, I think, for this thing. Or maybe actually Tech roaming and Stark pocketing. I'm not quite sure what's going on with nerdRage, but they are flipping their players around for this map. Things are going differently.
Well, I guess it's really a feat to show like how versatile your players are, but I don't know what they're really trying to achieve with this. Maybe Stark is more knowledgeable and roaming on this map, or something along those lines. Or maybe they're just trying to flex that muscle and just show that they really have got all the tools possible to kind of equip with this. But if you've got one really big tool like Rib, who just could take the entire team on his back, and... Okay, yeah, I realise what I said, but still. Rib did well.
Yeah, he did. He gets himself a nice little 4K on that second point with a little bit of help from his scouts. I don't think he'd like you to call him a big tool there, though, but it doesn't matter. TLR, they're coming into this second round.
The metaphoric tool, not the actual...
Okay. Well, TLR, they're coming in once again onto this little point. Let's see what's going to happen. Tech getting out aggressive. He's playing that roaming role. I think both soldiers are running the double gunboat. War is actually going to be the first frag. In comes AMS trying to get some damage. Just take out Paul. Gets Rib as well. And now TLR, they can just consolidate this, keep Serotonin alive, and pick up the rest of the players. Zebasai and 50, the only ones left alive. Herpy just meat shots Zebasai down. Flippy gets picked off, and that is a full wipe for nerdRage. TLR keep their medic alive. I think last time we saw a full wipe by them, they didn't keep Serotonin alive, so that is going to be key for them to be able to push onto this last point here and get themselves in a round.
I feel like Rib must have heard me, and now he's completely dropped his confidence and died. He didn't really do, I don't think, much on that mid. I guess he kind of just used up all that Deroman.
He killed War. He killed War for like the first frag, but that didn't seem to matter to TLR. They didn't need their demo man for that push, but they look like they're going to be needing him for this push. Looks like TLR, they're coming in, maybe looking to go underneath. No, they're just sort of rotating around, trying to go for this top right-hand push maybe. Yes, War and AMS making their way towards it. No, they bait it out. They baited me out. I thought they were going up there. Now they are. They don't look too confident.
It's really hard
they need
to
go.
War has got
absolutely that right-hand side.
Yeah, he's got absolutely no health during this push. Does he push out from that right-hand side? It's one of the hardest doorways to ever push in TF2, in my opinion, because one soldier can hold up an entire team. But
well, it worked out.
Yeah,
it worked out. The AMS and War both sort of got Ubered in on about 100 health, and still somehow managed to do so much damage.
Yeah,
War
I guess
even saying, "Please don't."
An Uber is an Uber. An Uber is an Uber.
Yeah, absolutely. TLR, they might have a little bit more momentum coming up onto this mid now. War is actually going to get here so fast. Takes Sticky from Rib. See if Rib can hit the second one, and he doesn't able to do it. And now War is going to be able to link up with Serotonin and start getting some help. Tech's going to jump up top. Takes a lot of damage from players though. And now nerdRage actually, they've done quite a lot of damage to TLR, and TLR needs to be careful. Stark's going to jump in, super aggressive. Going to try and find War. No, he just destroys AMS there. But Zebasai and Stark are going to be going down now with Rib and Flippy really low. Rib's already down. Flippy's got 2 HP running around the point. Does find Herpy. Flippy, can he do more? He's going onto Serotonin. No, Serotonin crossbows him down. Tech and Bull make their escape, but Flippy buying so much time there on 2 HP. What is going on?
I think what happened there was nerdRage did actually do very good at the start of that fight. They kind of brought Alpha down, neutralized him immediately, and Alpha had to back out, leaving just poor TLR to fight just by themselves. But the scouts for TLR were just blobbing up so well and not taking any damage from nerdRage. I kind of wondered if nerdRage should have just gone a lot more aggressive. There was some aggression, but not as a collective, as a team.
Well, we do see War walk in and get dropped by Serotonin there, but combined with a headshot and a rocket from Tech. Now both Ubers do get popped off, but with 2 players down for TLR, they need to back themselves out. But once again, they're backing themselves out through sniper lanes. Flippy's doing so much. Serotonin is going to get caught out by Stark and a body shot from Flippy. And now it just leaves nerdRage alone. But they lose 3 players all of a sudden. Alpha and Herpy combine up to get some big picks. AMS is in behind the rest of nerdRage, and now Stark is going to go down. Flippy on no HP. nerdRage, they just lose 5 players all of a sudden. TLR, they pull it back. Tech's the only one left alive. Is he going to try for a jump to defend this point? He might try for it, but I think this is the wrong decision. There's now 2 scouts on him, Nico and Herpy.
Wow, so... Button. Your bind wasn't working there for a second, mate, but... pretty much, yeah, what we saw was Cafe kind of the choke and how much he can really contribute to that sort of initial fight. And then you actually saw it when AMS backed out, he actually re-entered the fight from the back and decided to pull nerdRage into from the back. And then Herpy just picked off the players that were trying to back away from AMS, who were on low health. So it was very nice, like, sort of teamwork from TLR linking up that play. AMS, big credit to him, to not only getting out after that bad over, but coming back in and like pulling nerdRage apart.
Well, we see Starkey actually trying to make his way out. He's on that spy, but I think he got spotted as he took a bit of damage there. And yeah, they've definitely seen him now. He was visible as he goes around the corner. Both teams are on equal Uber, so it's going to be up to them to see what they can do. Flippy, Zebasite both running the off classes, whereas Nico running the sniper rifle for TLR. They might not expect this. I don't think they've seen it yet, because of course Alpha is their normal sniper. But with Nico picking up, we saw him do some fantastic sniping yesterday. But we'll see if he's going to be able to find anyone. He's looking for Flippy, but I don't think he sees it. Oh, yes! Takes it down. Now Nico almost getting caught out. Does take a ton of damage. But nerdRage, they've got to back themselves away. They don't want to get caught by that sniper line, especially with no counter sniper now. And TLR, they look like they want to get aggressive through that left-hand side. They know there's not going to be any sniper. Nico gets bombed down by the loose cannon though. Their Ubers come out onto the left-hand side. But they're just keeping so many players out with that heavy. Alpha goes down over on the flank, and TLR have to back themselves away. They're not comfortable with this push. They've lost 2. nerdRage could very easily push themselves out here, but I don't think they want to against this TLR high ground push. But it doesn't matter, because War just goes down, gets caught out by Flippy, and now TLR, they've got to run. Flippy is in from behind. He just manages to make it out. Serotonin also making it out. TLR, they've backed themselves up. What happened to War there? Where was he for that defense?
Flippy went in deep, man, very deep, and then he actually backed out and went to cap the point, and it was just really good, I guess, play by Flippy to know where the aggro is on the map and decided to take out War and then quickly back out to his teammates before he could get punished for it. You actually see Nico and Alpha kind of falling behind here. You actually see Bull getting taken out from the combined efforts of Nico and Alpha, but now they are getting kind of killed and torn apart by nerdRage in the end of it, but TLR are happy. They have got their full Uber charge ready and waiting for their next push.
Yes, well, we see the combo of TLR do stay alive, as you say, and I think they're going to be looking to push here. Yeah, War and AMS leading the charge with Herpy as well, so it's going to be a 4-man combo, but they get decimated by a headshot from Flippy as they come around the corner. The Uber does get popped off. They do find a pick onto Tech. Nico is going to be picking that up, and I think TLR, they can push forward if they can get well. AMS goes in really deep, tries to find as many frags as possible, does a ton of damage, but no actual kills, and I think that's going to be it. TLR, they hold, they grab second, but they've got themselves only about a 20% disadvantage here. Bull dying so late in come the end of that fight means that actually they don't have too much of an advantage, and if TLR can play this well, then things can get going. But AMS picking up the spy, let's see what he can do. I think this is the first time I've seen him off-classing this LAN.
They won't be expecting this. AMS is not really one for off-classing, at least in my opinion, on this sort of like more pockety role style of soldier, but we see him go in now. It hasn't bumped into anybody, but what's really difficult is like, oh my god, he actually does it! Oh my days, how did he not hear that?
What is going on? Does Bull not have his headset on? How do you not hear that?
Yeah, I was literally...
and I was shouting.
I could hear it from, you know, AMS's computer just all the way over there. It's like 4 rows away. It's like the loudest sound in the world as a spy, that decloak sound. I guess when you're just really hyped up and you're communicating with your team, you're not hearing that in-game audio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flipping equalising kill on Serotonin. He actually dropped that Uber but TLR trying to make the best of it. AMS and Nico and AMS and Nico tearing up the entire team, but the respawn is coming now. Alpha comes in, he's just blown everyone up. It's the 1v1 on the last point. Nico versus Star. Who's going to win? Alpha Herpy comes in. Nobody expects the Herpy.
Nobody ever expects Herpes, but he arrives when you least expect him. He turns up, saves that round from Nico, who just lost the fight to Stark. But Alpha got that nice little triple kill on the point. Did you see that timed bomb? He waited for the respawns and then goes in. That is such a huge play. Alpha, I think, winning that point for them in terms of that. That brings the score to 2-1. TLR, they're hanging on by the strength of their teeth, the scruff of their neck. Whatever, some metaphor, I don't know, but we're coming up to our fourth middle, and TLR, they want to get aggressive, you can see.
Oh, AMS has got a very good position. He's bombing in, he's focusing Rip, he takes him out, but in exchange, nerdRage have actually taken 2 picks for themselves. I guess AMS was kind of dilly-dallying there. Alpha is trying to come in behind, but Tech is giving him the good old MGE treatment, just going higher than him and just shooting down at him in the air. And now I think this point is nerdRage.
Yeah, eventually with no scouts to clean up, TLR find themselves a little bit too dangerous there, and they back themselves away, leaving War out as he loses a fight against Zebside there. But nerdRage, they have mid. They've got 18 minutes left on the clock. We've still got so much time left. Oh, wow.
Oh no, Flippy from that cafe takes out Serotonin. You just need one shot. You just need an ankle, a thigh, a shoulder for that body shot. And now Alpha actually takes out Tech, but Flippy takes out Alpha. It's just a cool game of, what's that film? Is it like Enemy at the Gates? Sniper Wars. Disgusting, Ryushi, disgusting.
I don't think I'm old enough to get the reference that you're making there, mate.
Have you not watched Enemy at the State? I mean, not Enemy at the State, Enemy at the Gate.
No, mate. AMS, though, bombing in onto the combo, takes down Flippy, gets the force off, maybe even tries to make himself away, lands on that health pack. He's behind the team, but they don't seem to have noticed him. Now Starky turns around, is able to get some damage onto him, but AMS jumping over them does a lot of damage to Rib. The rest of TLR have now arrived. Rib is going to get caught out. TLR still have that second point, and now TLR, they just want to rush forward and do so much damage to the rest of the players.
Oh, but Bill just surfs on top of the shed and manages to run away, but now he's put in a very awkward situation. AMS wants to go for the ball. He's launched ahead. The scout is actually helping a little bit. It's a good thing he hits that little aqueduct or whatever that thing is there, that ridge above the point. And that ridge saving Bull's life right there.
Yeah, AMS panicking a little bit there. As he tried to get on, but doing so much. Herpy actually goes in onto Bull, doesn't manage to pistol him down. Bull not even low there, so Herpy a little bit over-aggressive there, but now with one down, nerdRage look like they want to come back in. They do have a big uber advantage of Serotonin only just spawning, and it looks like TLR, they don't cap the point, and they want to back themselves away as War is pretty damn low. And nerdRage actually, they're not even, they're not waiting, they're not giving any space for TLR. They're just going to carry on, getting aggressive as much as possible. TLR, they do have a little bit of a high ground. Alpha's going to be the first to die, though. And now with TLR, they've got themselves a man disadvantage. They may look to back themselves out, as Nico's going to get caught out with a nice little direct there. nerdRage, they're going to grab second from this and look to see what they can push off after that.
Oh, this is very good by nerdRage. I think they were just using that advantage to kind of scare off TLR. They know that they'll be giving them a lot of room, so if they could push in without even having the Uber ready yet, they might have it ready just in time for last, and now they do. There's no Uber ready for Serotonin to respond, and Serotonin even goes down, so there's no safety net for TLR to kind of reflect this back. Speaking of reflects, Alpha does get the reflect onto Starky, so that is legalized in some way, but now it's just poor little old War, and War is down. The point is going to nerdRage. We've got an equalizing game on our hands, Ryushi.
Yeah, absolutely. TLR, of course, if they lose this map, they get knocked down into the lower bracket. So they definitely want to get themselves aggressive, and they definitely want to push forward and see what they can do here. nerdRage, they've got that lifeline that they still have, that they won the first map. So they can lose this and not even care. But it's all on TLR to...
I guess you actually see your button actually ran out there, but I will take over for this mid, and we see Tekka getting that initial presence. Flippy still rocking that sniper and still doing his Flippy thing, taking out Serotonin in the first shot of the mid. AMS going aggressive on this choke, but there's no one really to fight against. War does take out a leftover rib on that mid, and the rest of nerdRage decide to back off, heal up, and then decide to re-push in. It's not like TLR have got any capture time on that whatsoever. The other side just using... Oh, that was a disgusting headshot. by onto Alpha. Flippy, good God.
Yeah, with Serotonin going down there as the first pick on that map. TLR, they won and they pushed nerdRage out, but they had no way of holding that point, and they didn't have any cap time either, so Serotonin doesn't even get the forward spawn. nerdRage now looking to get aggressive onto the second point before the spawns have come out of TLR. AMS is going to get destroyed with that mid-air body shot from Flippy. Nice little shot there.
Please leave some for your teammates. They're trying to get air shots here, and you're just killing everybody. Good God. He takes out Serotonin yet again. He doesn't even have an Uber. Why are you bullying poor Serotonin? Please donate to the Serotonin Protection Foundation.
I want to see what TLR... okay, we'll just cast this as going. Alpha's coming in with that spy, trying to do much. He got the sniper, but I don't think it mattered. The rest of TLR, there's only two left, AMS and Serotonin. AMS has got to focus down 4 players, isn't going to be able to do it. Gets shut down in midair by Zebasai, and that is surely going to be the point. War spawns, but not in enough time. That is going to be 3-2 to nerdRage. I want to see what happens. And we'll see what's going to happen on their comms.
It was very strange towards the end
They're
of
not
that
gonna expect you.
I mean,
it's just like George and body shot on Flippy at first or something.
Okay, where is the sniper from?
Choke. Sure. Don't peek, sir. I'm gonna play close.
To your right. Left.
I'm really fucking weak.
Where? I need to know.
He's I'm gonna die.
Nice.
Go back. They're going behind you. Sorry, he's going behind you. He's going behind you.
What? Go back. Watching that? I'm dead. Let the sniper come in now.
I'm gonna... Can you come back? I'm gonna go forward. Oh, yeah, sniper's on mid.
I didn't pick it.
If you're on the run, you can get him.
No.
Okay, so we heard from those comms both Nico and Alpha really questioning every single time that Flippy kills them. They're, you know, the sigh of defeat from Nico when Alpha killed when Flippy killed him there. That's got to be heartbreaking there.
Yeah.
But TLR, they did come out that mid with an Uber advantage, but they're pushing into Flippy's sniper. Serotonin is going to have to pop super early. AMS is going to get in, but Alpha leads the charge, comes into the flank. No one was watching. Flippy's going to be going down first. War gets super aggressive, jumps forward, doesn't manage to find anything. Dash Bull on like 20 HP, but can they catch him up? TLR are just going so deep for Bull. He's staying alive for so long. Herpy eventually pistols him down, but they wasted 4 players for that. Stark is pushed back, AMS and Serotonin. And, you know, he almost got the back up there. TLR don't even get mid from that. They wasted so many players trying to get that. Now TLR, Serotonin and AMS are trapped out. Serotonin tries to make it away. Nico's going to come in and finish off Stark. And,
Wow.
three nerdRage suddenly going down for nerdRage there. Both the scouts getting pretty shut down.
yeah, you actually saw it was kind of like a little skirmish here and there, but good teams, kind of very good trading amongst all the end of that. But Tech was the one with a nice little high ground advantage and caps off that point, as well as taking out and cleaning up those 2 players. So very well played to him. I think TLR at this point are just really sick of this passive play coming out from nerdRage, and they're like putting the pedal to the metal and just deciding to launch this game into high gear, as you can tell with that huge aggressive bomb.
I'd like to point out, Flippy tried to go for the back cut there, decided against it as he was never going to get the time, decides instead to kill Nico and Herpy.
Just decide.
Yeah,
just decide.
Just decide. AMS and Nico. But the crits comes out. The Uber gets popped off at choke. Things are happening on the midpoint as TLR gets super aggressive. Serotonin's actually going to be the first to fall. And now there's too many TLR players going. Actually, I say that. 3 nerdRage players immediately fall. TLR, they've got both their scouts on the mid. If they can keep War alive, he's going to be going down though. But it doesn't matter because they trade both scouts. And now Rib's too far forward against 2 scouts. Can he defend? No. Herpy and Nico. They find themselves about 6 kills coming between the 2 of them for that entire push, and that is big for them because now TLR, they're waiting for forward spawn. Serotonin running that engineer. I don't think he's going to be staying with that though, and yeah, switches back to the medic. AMS gets picked off somewhere forward, but he was looking for the forward spawn caps. Forward spawn frags, isn't going to find anything. Now TLR, they have mid. They've got a bit of a disadvantage though because Bull spawned and was healing instead of waiting on engineer to back spawn.
It's very strange. You actually see Stark is blocking this soldier class for like the entire length of the map, not even going scout when Flippy heads off into sniper. So I guess maybe they value the soldier a lot more on this map, or Stark just feels not really feeling it on the scout, or Zebasai's just throwing a fit and would never play soldier ever again because he's just decided to do another class change in the middle of the game, no less.
Well, that does sound like Zebasai, so I can totally believe that. Flippy is going to get picked off by War as they try to come in, and now with Stark going down as well, nerdRage, they find themselves with 2 players down. Nico just runs in and just meat shots Zebasai down. Herpy, though, finds himself to die to a sticky trap. But AMS is getting onto the combo. Bull gets forced. Cerito doesn't have this yet. He's only on 8. Oh, no, he does pop it up. Sorry, I only saw the 8 there, but he does pop up in time, forcing nerdRage combo back. But if they're not close, AMS is going super aggressively. Jumps in, gets destroyed by Ted. Oh, my God, what an air shot. nerdRage now, they're coming off that push, and they're looking to push back into mid and stop TLR from even capping this. Alpha tries to go in for a YOLO play, but doesn't make anything happen. nerdRage, they still have mid. They're still pushing forward. TLR, they're just running out of space. They just cannot seem to keep that forward push going, no matter how many frags they get.
These Ubers coming out of TLR seem very, like, confused. One person wants to do something else while another person wants to do something else. AMS wanted to go aggressive with that Uber. I mean, why else would you jump into that thick of it? The Serotonin was like, nah, man, I'm not going in there. This Uber's not going to last us for that outstanding push. So maybe it was just a call to let AMS go in and see what we can get done, but I feel like it would be better if he just backed off there.
I have no idea what TLR just did, but they just jumped in like 4 players, got themselves 2 frags, including Bull, only lost their scouts. Now they're going to lose Alpha, but they get Bull and they reset the Uber charges as both medics spawn about the same time and start healing about the same time. Sorry, Serotonin didn't spawn before. And TLR, they find themselves, they have second, but with Ubers equal and no snipers on the field so far, we stalemate once again with the score being 3-2 with 8.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a bit of a slump there, but in saying that, every time there's a slump, Flippy goes on to Sniper. Anytime a player just goes down for nerdRage, they just take, it's like a good 50-50 chance that it will probably bring Flippy onto Sniper. So we'll see what he can get done so far. We do actually see Alpha blocking the Sniper himself. And I'd say Alpha is one of his closer competitors this tournament to Flippy. So we'll see how this matchup goes. It looks like they're in direct fights with each other. We actually see Flippy with the first nice little shot onto Alpha, but the buffs on both the teams are just keeping each other alive.
Well, I'll tell you what, shall we listen to nerdRage's comms for this sort of stalemate and see what their plan is for this game, okay? Yep, we'll link that up right now.
He's up to just
Nice.
Go slow, go slow, go slow. Get ready for the soldiers gonna jump. And scouts. I'm going for it.
Simple launch. Slow.
I need
help.
Wait. It's bad.
Soldier shock, soldier shock.
Get out.
Soldier shock, and you can get him.
I think our pack.
They're out. Right, they're 2 down, we can go. We push Cafe.
I need heals.
They got 1 spawn, which is the sniper, so be careful.
Soldier up top, soldier up top.
You have to go quick, Hams. Just get on top, just get on top. He's tagged that solid.
I did. Another solid launched. Nice.
I want to pack on.
Solid.
I'm dead.
Where are you?
Scouts top right, on point, 125.
Scouts are cafe. Very low.
He's been fine.
He's in choke,
Okay, so we saw the desperation out of Serotonin there as a scout went on him. We linked the wrong comms there because Turbo can't read, but it doesn't matter. As we saw, TLR actually, yeah, very frenzied in that push. They're constantly trying to do as much as possible and trying to all call out at the same time what's going on, and it's not working at the moment. TLR's picked up that engineer on Nico there, and I think that's going to be key to defending this point. We'll see what's going to happen though, if they can even get the sentry up in time. It's going to be set up underneath that little the little sneaky area. And now with 6 up, it doesn't matter because nerdRage are already coming in. There's only a level 1 sentry. They've Ubers popped in. They're going to just decimate that heavy of Herpy. Stark gets traded though, now with AMS going down. The sentry's actually doing quite a lot to defend the point. No one can really get onto it at the moment. Now it goes down, and now the rest of TLR start to fall. War and Serotonin, the only ones left alive. War is not going to be able to defend this by himself. He's trying desperately, but not able to cap that out. And now that brings the score to 4-2. Let's see what nerdRage have to say for this upcoming round.
Wait till we have Uber.
I'm spawning in 1. I'm on 80, let's go.
Yeah. Let's go, I'm staying.
Yeah, go. Okay, I'm now.
They're gonna push hard.
Nothing.
They want flower.
They more flower.
Any sniper? No.
Okay, so I linked the wrong one there. I linked their undelayed comms, so that was them in real time, 90 seconds in the future. Okay, so we're having some issues with our mumble channel
hard, isn't
right
it?
now. Yeah, so it's not the only one who's having trouble, but we'll go back to casting and I'll try and get that sorted. Turbo, take over, please.
Okay, we see actually nerdRage all grouping up around this choke, kind of caught in no man's land, and TLR just completely minced them. It seemed like Bull really just wanted to back out there, but it was in a very sheepish, like, I guess, position, and wasn't too eager to get out immediately, and just got punished for it. I guess there was some sort of issues happening in Cafe and making him kind of scared to go that way, but TLR just made that decision for him, and now they have the full Uber. They're going underneath. They popped it onto Wall. They popped it onto AMS to take out the sentry gun first thing, and now the pyro for Zebasai comes out as a after Uber 4. It's a very interesting class choice, and it does end with him going down. Nico taking out Starkey in the air, but nerdRage are overpowering them eventually. Just the superior respawn and player advantage for nerdRage winning out there. There's still actually a fight happening in this lobby area. Nico does kind of dodge his way. He's actually trying to hide up in a certain area. He's fighting up against Flippy. He tries to relink with his teammate Herpy, but they just back out in time and bring the rest of the nerdRage crew along.
Yeah, but now with Bull having that 100% advantage, TLR, they need to defend this point for as long as possible. They're looking like they're coming out of that flower area, and nerdRage, they're not actually turning up too quickly, but Nico and Herpy already down. That says that TLR are in a lot of trouble here, and now surely Alpha's going to go down. He's been spotted to be low. Yeah, Flippy finishing him off. Now the Ubered scout of Zebasai trying to go in from behind. AMS and Alpha both getting picked up there. AMS was trying to go from behind from the back cap. Isn't going to be able to find out. Let's try and get nerdRage's comms working here. Turbo, give me 20 seconds of talking.
All right, am I the one talking? I thought I was the one linking. Well, we see nerdRage actually rushing towards forwards into this mid. They've got a nice presence onto the mid. Let's see what's going on with nerdRage right now.
Wait, go back, go back.
Slow it.
No, it's got flower.
Get out.
We're out.
Let's go to the cafe.
I'm behind them.
I'm down.
Yeah, chill start. We're going down there. 25.
Only flowers.
Let's go lobby.
They know I'm behind. They've got people on mid for me.
I'm building.
21.
Let's contest.
They have Uber though.
Oh, I don't have it. Don't get back.
Yeah, go last.
Go back.
Holding last.
I'm on 80%, guys. 80%. I don't have it.
They have to push.
Yeah, take sniper for me.
But
Nice.
Are they in?
yeah. The middle.
Oh, we have it.
I don't have it. I use it.
So have to be on this.
Medic's dead.
Nice. Just stay closer.
Got down.
Scout left side.
Nice, Flippy.
Got
Got him, Paul.
Second soldier on the tower is 137.
25. Nice.
The second.
Just hold last.
No, the AMS
heavy.
was on soldier, he was on flower.
Alright,
we just hold,
watch out for Spy. They're desperate now. Yeah.
Okay, so as Stark just said, watch out for Spy. They're desperate now. Yes, this is getting desperate for TLR. They're running, fighting the clock by themselves. They're not cookie cutting though. They're just going to try and go for this push. They know they don't have much time left. They have to go in and they have to push. They have to see what they can do, but War's taking so much damage as they come in through that top right. They're going to have to back themselves away, and this isn't what they need. They need to go. They need to go now. Alpha tries to make his way in through left-hand side. He's surely going to get shut down. He's done absolutely no damage. Flippy picks him up with the body shot. And finally, TLR, they get into the point, but they've already lost 2 players getting in. Rib's going to go down, but with that heavy up there, how did Zebasai even get up there? I don't know, but he manages it somehow. Now TLR, the rest of them fall, and that is GG. Called in chat by War. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. TLR 2 rounds down. They're getting knocked down to our lower bracket here. And, I mean, did you see this coming, Turbo?
Of course, man. I would say nerdRage have really been on fire throughout the LAN, even though that TLR did beat nerdRage, if that I'm standing correct. Yes, even though they did beat nerdRage, did not. Oh, did they draw? Oh, wow, I thought they only drew before you. But yeah, I did see nerdRage coming out of this. They do have a better track record in comparison, I would say, in standings, in seedings. So I think as the game's petered out, especially in these best of 3s, you would see nerdRage's superior experience coming into play in this.
Yeah, definitely, and that showed in their comms as well. Whenever we listened to TLR, it was frantic, it was exasperated. I think they were getting very, very annoyed with the Flippy sniper, though. They just couldn't seem to deal with it, and, you know, Alpha even questioning why Flippy was even peeking that angle coming into mid, but things like that. Whereas when we listened to nerdRage, they were together, they knew what they were doing, and, you know, they're going to push forward, cap this mid right out, but with 30 seconds left, I don't know if they're going to be able to push it all the way to last. I don't think so. I don't think that they're really sort of trying at this point. TLR, they just sort of look a little bit lost. I think AMS is really underperforming this game, and last game as well. He stepped up a little bit this game, so he was better this game than he was last game, but he was not playing as well as he was yesterday.
Yeah, I am seeing some very questionable plays coming out from Serotonin, where he's positioning and where he's deciding to go after, say, he gets attacked by a scout, for example. He'll go for like a risky health pack and then get taken out like just 2 seconds later.
Yeah, that was, yeah, I've got to agree. Serotonin, again, I don't think he's the best medic here, but, and he definitely
he's had moments.
He's good, absolutely, yeah, no.
I mean, he's had the best crossbow on this LAN, which is always like a nice thing. I guess maybe Shade hasn't really had a reason to bring out the crossbow in a way. And plus, we haven't really seen much of Froyo type, but every time we've been following TLR very closely, and Serotonin's just pulling out these clutch crossbows to, you know, sing his praises just a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Props to him. So he's been all right. If we can we just ignore the damage logs and just switch to the medic logs first, because I want to see how many drops there were this game. So Bull dropped once, and Serotonin drops himself twice.
It feels like more.
It does feel like more, but I think there was also some drops in the first game as well. We didn't have a look at those, which we should have done. But with 3 drops this game, I think, what was that? Was that 2 sniper drops onto Serotonin?
I believe they were both sniper drops. So, with this victory, it does mean that nerdRage will be continuing up in that upper bracket, whilst TLR, it seems, the people's champion right now. Some people even calling themselves TLR Leavers. I did not make that up.
No, I'm glad you didn't, or I'd have to punch you quite hard.
But they will be knocked down into lower bracket, and that's, they're going to have their back to the wall, and they're an emotional team. This could go one or two ways. They could pull back a clutch moment and just ride that wave all the way to maybe even the grand final, maybe even to the win. But it could also mean that they get knocked out and they're in a horrible place right now.
Yeah, but of course, looking forward, we see nerdRage going up into the upper bracket, and they're going to be fighting out the winner of Froyo versus Reason. And I have been given the results here, and apparently Froyo won 2-0. So it's going to be Froyo versus nerdRage in our upper bracket finals, which is going to be the game on Stream 1 next game, I think. I don't know what we're going to be casting here, but I know it's not going to be me and you. It's going to be Commander X and Molesto casting on here.
Molesto.
So first time seeing Molesto. And his wonderful Irish voice. He is the backup Admirable, because of course Admirable did land dodge today.
Yeah, exactly. He's like a Diet Coke of Admirable. He's just the right serving.
Just the right serving of potato, but without too much Admirable, basically.
Well, I'm going to be pretty hyped for that. I'm not sure about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm done now. Basically, that's my LAN over. I'm going home.
Yeah. Job done. Collect your paycheck.
Well, I say going home. What I mean is going to the bar.
Yeah,
that sounds like a much better idea, to be honest.
Yeah, and I say paycheck, but there is no paycheck.
There is no paycheck.
It's just passion.
But we get to watch the rest of these games along with you guys. We'll be watching it on the big screen here, and you guys will be watching at home. Stick to TFTV for all your TF2 needs. We've had some fantastic games, and that will continue. I guarantee it.
Yeah, stay tuned.